Hi, welcome to Tbcs. I'm Tanvir. Today I'm here for explaining the interconversion between the solid and liquid. Every matters, every particles, every materials have tendency of being gathered together. But the alternative situation come when a matters, especially solid, absorb heat from the nature or somewhere else. The solid, the particles of solid, the atoms of solid start vibrating and it gathers a kinetic energy, a moving tendency, and having a kinetic energy, all particles of solid start moving. And now the intermolecular forces, the previous existing power of holding together cannot work. Matter would lost its power of getting together, and now the solid materials start being away, being more looser, and at a temperature at which the solid materials turn into the liquid, that is called melting point. And this incident of becoming solid to the liquid is the case of because of receiving temperature. And you are watching now, solid has turned into the materials liquid. On the other hand, when a liquid materials receive the cooling environment, inversely, when a liquid materials receive some cool environment, the moving tendency, the materials that has moving tendency or kinetic energy, gradually that started to be silent, or the materials loses its kinetic energy. Later, the previous tendency of getting together become activated. Now the materials tend to be gathered together and again become solid. Before starting this video, I told that every materials has tendency of becoming gathered together because of intermolecular forces. Now the matters is no more liquid that have turned into the solid materials. And at which temperature the liquid materials have turned into the solid, this is called freezing point. So again I am repeating in front of you that every materials, after receiving heat from the environment, from the atmosphere, the solid gets vibration or kinetic energy and become looser, become less dense, and that is liquid. Again the same liquid receiving less heating materials, oppositely cool environment, the cooling environment make the moving materials again become settled. Now the materials tend to be gathered in a fixed shape, and that is solid. So the nature of liquid is less dense and nature of solid is more dense. So which is the reason behind the less dense environment, the heat is the reason behind the less dense environment. So this is the phenomena of becoming solid to liquid and liquid to solid. Actually, for understanding physics or chemistry, realization and live representation, because there are two types of student who does have a lot of understanding, but if some student would achieve some power of instant term, I mean word stock of the related matters, suppose the terms are suitable for the explaining solid, I mean compact. In the solid, the particles are get closer. In the liquid, the particles remain away from each other. In liquids, there are more intermolecular forces and mean more gap. But in solid, the particles are very packed together. In solid, in the time of liquid, there is a kinetic movement, there is a vibration. So without having preparation, without having capture over these words, in exam hall, student could be very helpless. So this is being suggested that in every case of physics, chemistry or biology or any types of narrative subject, the term should be memorized. Language is your language, but term should be captured. Thank you very much.